ladies and gentlemen, to the Seattle Kingdome as we get ready for one of the premier Super Modified Mud Racing Championships. Before many of the National Championship mud racing events, you'll see a lot of drivers out here visually checking the mud racing pits. There's a lot of things you can learn just by looking at the mud and performing one simple test, the infamous flying rock test. Well, that one little splash can tell a driver an awful lot about what kind of pit he's going to be racing in. If the rock doesn't sink too far into the mud, he knows that the surface of the dirt underneath the standing water is going to be pretty stiff, and traction will be there and will probably stay there. Here in the northwestern part of the country, we've got a very sandy type of silt that makes it awfully messy, but traction usually sticks around on the starting line longer than other places. However, the one thing to watch is because of that grainy texture, it's going to be awfully difficult to stop these machines at 70 miles an hour in an 80-foot distance. And remember, if they go past that disqualification marker, they're history. And the very first pair of drivers is up, and in the near lane, it's one of 3 different female campaigners here at the Kingdome. The very first lady up will be Jobin in the Deja Vu machine that won this event 1 year ago. A carbureted, nitrous oxide-injected Chevrolet power plant. She'll be up against Jim Moore in the far lane with his Chevrolet-powered Jeep CJ, the fiberglass-bodied machine waiting patiently as the ground crew connects the kill switches on both machines that will shut the engines down right at the finish line. Starting line officials now motioning each machine up the stage. Moore waits patiently as Jobin lines up in the near lane. The first 2 machines through this 80-foot pit, but remember, they also must stop within 80 feet past the finish line. Staged up and ready. Awaiting the countdown, the green light ready to flash. And Moore rolls over the line and starts the clocks in his lane. And it may have looked close, but Moore's elapsed time, 5.049 seconds, won't help him a bit. He actually rolls to within a few feet of disqualification, too. Jobin at 2.66 seconds in the near lane will take the lead in qualifying for this 4-car shootout field. On the replay, watching the far lane as Moore rolls off the starting line. The clock starts ticking before he ever starts moving. The lady keeps it straight and true, though. The Deja Vu machine at 2.66 seconds takes the #1 qualifying spot. 1 year ago here at the Kingdome, this was the machine to beat in the super modified mud racing ranks. Jobin's Deja Vu 1923 Ford T-Roadster ended up winning the event, but not without some spectacular antics on his own. 3 separate and serious engine fires during competition, but still Jobin ended up walking away with the title. But this year, Jobin hopes to be #1 again with a brand new ride. The brand new Bogfather 1927 Ford T-Roadster of Jobin should be the machine to beat here this evening. And Ken, you've made a lot of changes from the Fireball entry last year.
Yeah, the new car was built from the ground up after we lost the 2 transmissions in both my car and in Sharon's last year. I gave her my car and built a new one.
So Sharon will be in the seat of the machine that won this event last year, and you've got to be pretty happy with that kind of power at your disposal.
Yes, I am.
You so far have proven that you're not just somebody who gets in the driver's seat and mashes the pedal. You can tune this car, or both cars actually, just as good as Ken.
Oh, I can, but I still need, some help from him. I order most of his parts for him and run and get the parts and things like that.
So he may be the guy that puts it together, but you're the guy that tells him what to put together, right?
Right.
Now, this year, obviously, you've got a stake here to uphold, at least with the title from last year. Who are you looking to beat more than anybody else tonight?
Well, this is my new nitrous car, and I'd like to take a couple of them big blowers out if I could tonight.
Certainly the Captain America team has got to be one.
That's probably the most powerful blower in the house. So we have almost the same cubic inches, and I'm running nitrous, and he's blowing.
It will be interesting, and you can bet this husband and wife duo will be out to give the crowd more than their money's worth. And ironically, if these 2 machines meet up in the first round, it will be Jobin's brand new Bogfather nitrous machine in the near lane. On the far side of this 2-lane course, the most dreaded supercharged mud racer in the Northwestern Territories. The incredible Captain America blown Chevy-powered Jeep of Mike Wilkie's. Side by side on its maiden voyage, this is what Jobin wanted. Let's see if he can pull the upset in front of the Seattle fans. Hard, Wilkie stops the Captain America in time, and the elapsed time for the red, white, and blue fiberglass funny car, a new track record, 2.09 seconds for the #1 qualifying spot. Jobin not far behind at all at 2.44 seconds. An excellent debut for the beautiful new silver entry of the Jobin family. But Wilkes proves once again that his dominance is far from over in this super modified mud racing category. Jobin purges the nitrous system as he shuts down the engine. Watch the replay as the Captain America machine gets immediately up on the mud and thunders through at 2:09 for the #1 spot. Harold Chapman in the far lane, the Big Daddy's Toy supercharged altered wheelbase Jeep. Near lane, Russ Eggers sideways and through the finish line. Poles for Chapman. That will be a disqualification. But meanwhile, in the near lane, Eggers is still trying to make it to the finish line, and he does. Believe it or not, Eggers will get the official win with an elapsed time of 12.62 seconds, while Chapman, still sitting in the smoldering remains of the Big Daddy's Toy, will receive a disqualification for taking down the finish line markers. The ground crew removing the markers from literally underneath the machine as Chapman does everything he can to get the mud out of his eyes. While Eggers' jumping jack flash machine certainly didn't produce any world record elapsed times, he'll actually be posted in the qualified field for that effort. The toughest part for Harold Chapman to face is the fact that the elapsed time on his run, 2.44 seconds, would have tied him with the second quickest qualifier in this field so far. But not only do you have to keep it straight and in bounds in the shutdown area, you have to keep it straight during the initial 80 feet of acceleration as well. And after taking down the poles, he'll head back to the pit area. Pulling onto the starting line, Mike Morrison, the beautiful Sweet Revenge 1932 Ford 5-window coupe with carbureted Chevrolet power. In the other lane, it will be the other half of the Wilkes racing family. You just got a chance to see Mike Wilkes, Captain America supercharged Jeep. Coming up next in the far lane, it'll be his wife, Terry Wilkes, a past winner of this event 2 years ago, in fact, at the wheel of the Captain America Jeep. This is her brand new fuel-injected Jeep CJ funny car pulling to the line in the far lane. Right now, you must go quicker than 2.66 seconds to qualify for this field. Sharon Jobin, arms outstretched as the ground crew connects the kill switch. She's showing the starting line crew she's not touching any controls while they hook up the cable that will kill the motor at the finish line. A tremendous hole shot from Morrison. The lady gets sideways at the finish line, and it was a wheel-to-wheel battle. But Morrison will get the win on a hole shot. The Sweet Revenge machine goes 256. A losing 2.50 for Terry Wilkes. Look at the difference in reaction time. 0.49 seconds hole shot. Almost a half-second advantage for the Sweet Revenge machine. So at the end of this qualifying round, #1 is Mike Willies at 2.09 seconds. But right now, it's time for this week's Power Drive. It was at the Tampa Stadium in Tampa, Florida. The diminutive daughter of world land speed record and pulling world great Art Arfons, Dusty Arfons, took her twin-engine, jet-powered two-wheel drive tractor out on the first pull of the night with this incredible full pull at 50,000 pounds. The lady proved later on with a runner-up that evening to her father that she can battle with the best of them. That's this week's Power Drive. In just a few moments, Super Trax continues with more motorsports action. Stay with us.